Pete here with the Small Business Resource Center.com and the Small Business Resource Center YouTube channel, your source for information on stimulus packages, business tips, and whatever else you need help with. So if you are looking for help, smash the like button. If you want your $10,000 EIDL, smash the like button. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell. It really helps me out. I do my best to provide honest information. So this is your honest update on the $10,000 EIDL. What I did here is I actually contacted the two state senators of Pennsylvania, Senator Pat Toomey's office, Senator Bob Casey's office. Then I contacted Senator Rosen's office in Las Vegas and Senator Cornyn's office in Texas. So this is going to be the results of all those phone calls. Basically, I believe that everybody's going to be getting their $10,000 EIDL soon. So here you go. It's called S4227, Ensuring Increased Disaster Loans for Small Business Act, or the EIDL for Small Business Act. And this is basically getting traction. You can see on the 20th is when it was introduced. And they now have 6 co-sponsors. So Jacky Rosen of Nevada sponsored it. It was immediately, of course, introduced and co-sponsored by Senator John Cornyn. Now it looks like Edward Markey of Maine, or is that Massachusetts? Senator Chris Van Hollen, Maryland. Senator Doug Jones. Senator Tim Kaine, Senator Tina Smith. So 6 co-sponsors. That's actually showing pretty strong. And I called the 2 Pennsylvania senators, Toomey's office and Bob Casey's office, to ask them to support this bill. So you can listen to those questions, that if you want at the end. And I did also contact Rosen's office and Cornyn's to try to get an update. So this is what the bill says. In a nutshell, it says for new borrowers with respect to the economic injury disaster loan made under 732 of the Small Business Act during the periods of the enactment of this act and ending December 31st, the administrator shall not impose a maximum loan limit lower than $2 million. That means they're trying to take away the SBA from regulating the loan limits. So many people have commented that, well, I don't want to blame them because nobody can foresee the problems. Well, one person actually commented that they were approved for $500,000 when they capped it at $500,000, since they were being told by their local government that they were going to open up in 30 days. They said, well, we don't need, $500,000 for 30 days for our small business to survive. So they reduced it to $150,000. Unfortunately, what happened is they, of course, extended it to 3 months. Now they said they're in bad financial problems. Of course, I told them to apply for reconsideration. I have videos on that. You can smash the like button if you need help with that, or comment below. Search my videos and you'll find it. And I did send that to them also. Then for existing borrowers, it said if you had problems from January 31st to December 31st, the administration would request an additional amount to increase the loan limits for those people to $2 million. So, of course, you will automatically be able to get a higher loan limit instead of now the person who had this problem with the 500 requesting less being told they may not be able to get more. They would be able to do that. It says you do not require additional documentation. And let's look at the other parts. No approvals necessary. So they should get their 3 days advance with no approval necessary. Additional amounts. It says with respect to a recipient of an advance under this subsection before the date of the enactment for the Small Business Act of less than $10,000, the administrator shall no later than 15 days of the enactment of this act provide the recipient an additional advance such that the total received by the recipient is 10,000. This means it's guaranteeing your additional money in 15 days. Monthly reports, not later than 1 month after the enactment of the date, and every month thereafter, the administrator shall submit to the Committee of Small Business and Entrepreneurship and the Committee of Appropriations of the Senate and the Committee of Small Business to the Committee of Appropriations of the House of Representatives to report on monthly covered by the report. Okay. So basically, all this other stuff probably is not important to you. Let's get to the facts, people. All right. Well, anyways, when you're looking at this information, this is guaranteeing your $10,000 EIDL. It's also increasing the loan limit, and it's making it so everybody is supposed to get it if you apply and you have a small business. So that means a lot of people who are getting turned down because of credit or some other issues, that's all gone, according to what I'm reading here, as long as I'm reading it right. Thanks for calling. Pete speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, Pete. My name is I'm calling from Senator Jacky Rosen. I'm calling because I think about a flag thing that you had called some questions about disaster relief loans.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, I wanted to thank Senator Rosen. I'm from Pennsylvania, anyways. Just want to make that clear. But I wanted to thank him for introducing, S 4227, and it looks like it's gaining traction. Online, some people are saying it's already put into the HEALS Act, and other people are saying it's not. So I don't know where people got the information. So I was curious about that.
So as of right now, it's not part of the HEROES Act. The HEROES Act had passed out of the House, so kind of waiting for a vote in the Senate. I know the Senate is hopeful that it will be part of a future coronavirus relief package. But in the meantime, the Senate is still working on getting bipartisan support in order to push it through. Let me see where exactly it is in the process. Because I think last time I saw it had been referred to the Small Business Subcommittee within the Senate for a hearing.
Good.
I don't think it's received a hearing yet, but let me just double check really quickly.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like 6 co-sponsors is what I see online. And I actually called the 2 senators in Pennsylvania to ask them to co-sponsor it.
Well, thank you.
You need our help too.
I appreciate it. Yeah, so it's still awaiting a hearing in the Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship. But yeah, so we're actively working toward bipartisan support so we can push it through the Senate and then hopefully easily through the House and then get it passed.
Yeah, and I'm sure Senator Rosen already knows about a lot of problems, but this seems like it would help fix some of them. I actually have a small business help website, and so many people are having problems with the PPP and with this. And when you're looking at like solopreneurs or small business owners that don't have the right tax structure, they easily make over 100,000, and they're limited by the PPP. When I applied online, actually, they just rejected my application, and I had told the company online that I was told that we can reduce our total income to, or our payroll to 100,000, excuse me, and they said no, you can't. But online elsewhere, and the local bank actually told me I could do that. So I'm actually going to be applying through a local bank, but it seems like I understand it's new legislation and there's so many problems, but a lot of the problems are mixed information. But I really think they should do away with that $100,000 paycheck protection program limit, or make it not subject to small businesses that don't have regular payroll set up, because it makes it difficult for them to get approved. And another problem that I ran into with a lot of small businesses is one person in particular. She owns multiple 7-Eleven franchises, and she said that she got approved for one EIDL, and the other franchises, which have different EINs, all got turned down, and they would not approve her for more than one. And she told the office, and has been in reconsideration, talking to multiple people, and stated to them, hey, like all these are separate businesses. How comes you only approved one? And of course, if you got one EIDL, you can't pay the payroll and expenses for three other businesses that are shut down. It doesn't work that way financially. So
Exactly, yeah.
she's in some bad trouble, and she asked me for help. Of course, I'm just a small business help page, and I said, well, of course, I'll do what I can, and I'll try to put the word out. And I encouraged her to talk to her local senators in Congress. So I don't know if she did that, but I'm just sharing her story because I've heard this multiple times with different people. So
And this is something that we've seen with here in the state, where they'll apply for like 2 or 3 or as many businesses as they have, especially if they may own different franchises, and not all of them were passed. So that's something that our legislature is aware about. Most of the cases, anything that we can do legislatively to fix that.
yeah, and I appreciate everything you guys are doing, and I'll have to look for updates, and hopefully everything goes through. Is there a time frame on that you feel that this might start getting even more traction?
Unfortunately, no. With these things, I mean, it's always kind of hard to know is when things will gain traction and kind of how things go through the process. So it's don't hold anyone's guess in terms of like how long it will take. I know we're actively working to do this as quickly as possible.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate everything.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll be sure to forward the common discussion or that you shared with me for the parents review.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Absolutely, you too.
Bye. As you can see from the phone call, I'm not going to bring you through the phone calls I had with Senator Bob Casey's office or Senator Pat Toomey's office because they're almost identical phone calls, and of course, I just don't want to have you sitting there listen to the same thing over and over again. To be respectful of your time. So, but what I encourage you to do is if your senator is not your state senator, keep that in mind, is not a co-sponsor of this legislation, that would be S 4227, and it's called the Ensuring Increased Disaster Loans for Small Business Act. What I encourage you to do is look up your state senator, call their office, ask them if they are in support on it, and tell them why they need to support it. Because keep in mind, when I called a couple of the offices, some of the people who picked up the phone, of course, typically you're not going to contact the senator directly. It's going to be one of their assistants, but some of the assistants actually weren't 100% familiar with this legislation. So the repeated phone calls and asking them to support it will increase the chance of this passing. Keep in mind, it only had one co-sponsor. Now it has 6. That's pretty good. But if we had 10 or 20 co-sponsors, I can't see this not going through. And there's been some news, if you listen to that phone call, about this being part of the HEALS Act. That would be this new stimulus package. Of course, if you were listening, you would realize that it is not currently. So a lot of people put out fake news. They do it purposely to try to get views. It's really a shame because I believe in honesty, and I don't know. I don't know why people do that. But anyways, this is the truth, and I will update as soon as I know more. Honestly, they have 6 co-sponsors, and I think this is going to go through because if you watch the full Senate hearing, and I do have that, I'll probably put that in the link below. The senators that were part of the Small Business Subcommittee, they are strongly in favor of all this legislation that's in this act right here. So the Ensuring Increased Disaster Loans for Small Business Act is probably going to pass, whether it's part of the HEALS Act or the new stimulus package, or if it gets passed on its own. I'm pretty sure you're going to get your $10,000 EIDL, the full amount, everybody, if you applied and you have a legitimate small business. This is Pete with the Small Business Resource Center.com and Small Business Resource Channel. Smash a like button if you want your $10,000 EIDL. Share this with a friend if they need the information, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Oh, and if you need help with anything, comment below and I'll try to help you out. I have a lot of videos, and I understand sometimes it's difficult to search, but if you A lot of times people are telling me they have a problem with something, and I end up just giving them a video I have that tells them how to fix it. So I got over 270 videos right now, and probably, well, I'll be making more. So have a great day. And don't forget to contact your state senator. Ask them to support Ensuring Increased Disaster Loans for Small Businesses Act. There will be a link for this act, but you got to look up your state senator. Have a great day.